Hey, Wrong World Entertainment, and it's taken them quite a while to actually get to this point, but Marvel have finally dropped the first official teaser trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps. We are going to take a look at it. It does come out in July on the 25th. July is going to be a packed month. You got Superman coming out, you got Jurassic World Rebirth that month as well. Trailer for that comes tomorrow, and Fantastic Four First Steps. So let's dive into this trailer, shall we, and see exactly what we get. Here is that trailer.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock. The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
So there's your first official teaser trailer for Fantastic Four First Steps. It's not a horrible trailer by any means, but I do think the tone in the trailer is quite off-putting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of WandaVision. Now, I know a lot of people like the first few episodes of WandaVision, but I think the fact that when WandaVision was happening, you were seeing it from... You realized it was meant to be representing old sitcoms, and that it was going to evolve the more she was kind of mind-breaking, I suppose, the situation, where this isn't going to be that case. The aesthetics, now we know it's meant to be in an alternate New York City in the 50s, 30s, 40s or 50s, one of them. I think the aesthetic as well is a bit strange. I get it that it's meant to be this futuristic retro style, very much in line with what the original comics were for it and stuff. I just think the modern audience, for the lack of a better term, that watches the Marvel movies and stuff might be, like the casual viewers, might be a little put off by the style in it. Now, it does that teaser trailer thing, which I have no doubt we'll start seeing people complain about, which it shows you nothing. And that is what a teaser should do. It shouldn't show you everything. It should just basically give you, here is your characters. That's all you're getting this time around. And that's very much what this trailer is. It just is establishing who the characters are. Now, the interesting thing I find in this trailer is we are getting glimpses of their origin. And the reason I find that interesting is because they've very much been pushing this idea that you are not getting their origin. That you're being introduced to these characters while they're already well established as the Fantastic Four. Yet we're seeing parts of their origin. So it's like, don't say you're not getting an origin story if you're going to have glimpses of the origin. That's just stupid. And it makes sense that they would put a bit of the origin in there, because again, you will have people who don't quite understand and know who Fantastic Four is and how they become the Fantastic Four, you know. The Thing looks good. From what I understood, they said it was meant to be a practical suit, and yet you can see it could be that half practical, half digital, because when he starts talking and stuff, you can very much tell it's digital. Yet it still looks somewhat practical. It's weird. It's just the facial movement when it starts talking looks a little off. I think they could have done better with his introduction in the trailer. They could have had him being more angry like he normally is and stuff, as opposed to some weird joke about cooking. Johnny Storm, he looks fine, you know. Joseph Quinn, we know he's meant to be like, Johnny Storm is not, what's the best way? He's more the comic kind of relief, really. He's more the kind of the fun character, and we kind of get glimpses of that in there. You do kind of notice that there is quite a bit of focus on Sue Storm, which we did hear the rumors that this story, when they were going to introduce Fantastic Four, was going to very much focus on Sue Storm, and we do seem to get little bits of elements of that in here. John Malkovich popped. I had no idea John Malkovich was in this. I do not recall hearing John Malkovich was cast in this, unless I did and I forgot, but I don't recall hearing that he was in it. But he's in it. Have no idea who he is. Looks like a cross between Jesus and Santa. So, and we get a very, very brief glimpse of Galactus just from the back of his head, looking at the Statue of Liberty. But we get that moment of the shadow coming over this version of New York City. I still think, now we know that they're going to take the Fantastic Four from this universe and bring them into the standard MCU universe, because they're going to be very much a part of Doomsday and stuff, especially seeing as Doctor Doom will be introduced, I suppose, in a post-credit scene very briefly at the end of this. And of course you need to get him over there. Because they're doing that, I do think it's a mistake to introduce Galactus, unless they bring Galactus over as well. But that would make no sense, seeing as your Avenger movies will be based around Doctor Doom. So that's a bit weird that they went with such a massive villain like Galactus for what you would assume would be a one-off. Unless they do something where it's like this Fantastic Four come to the normal universe, help out the Avengers, whatever, and then go back. But I don't know whether they would be doing that. Again, I think the aesthetic and the tone might put people off. Again, it's not a terrible trailer. You know, the moments with the Thing are all fairly, well, outside of the kind of joke that's not particularly funny. It seems interesting. The glimpses we're getting of the origin seem interesting. But overall, you know, other than not seeing Galactus fully, which makes sense again, because again, it's a teaser and they're introducing us to the Fantastic Four. That's what they want to focus on. I just think they really didn't show us anything that we haven't seen before with the Fantastic Four. Like, realistically, they're really showing us none. It's interesting as well. We see Johnny use his powers. We see Sue use her powers. And of course, the Thing is the Thing. Yet we never see Ben Richards use his powers. Isn't that interesting in the trailer? That they did not show Mr. Fantastic being Mr. Fantastic. I found that a bit strange. But overall, again, it's not a horrendous trailer. It's not bad or anything by any means. You know, Pedro Pascal is still like, ugh, why? It's not terrible. It's not great. It's very much in line with the Superman trailer in that way, where it's like, oh, it's a trailer. You know, it's not getting you pumped for this, but it's not making you go, oh god, it's going to be a disaster either. Yet, you know, the more they start probably talking about this movie, and the more we start seeing this movie, that's where we might start getting a bit, kind of like what Superman's doing. But other than that, there's the trailer, you know, again, not terrible, not great. It is what it is at the moment. So, let us know in the comments what you think of this trailer. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.